Throughout history, groups like the Freemasons have had special secrets about how everything in the world works. These aren't just any secrets. They're about things most people wouldn't even think humans can do.
And then just right around the time I met my wife, in fact, where she was living, her next door neighbor was a Freemason. And so I got to know him, and he introduced me to a buddy of his who was writing a book at the time, who was also a Freemason. And one of the criteria to become a Mason is you have to have two Masons in good standing vouch for you, and then they sign your petition. You have to make, and I'll mention that Freemasons are not permitted to solicit. You don't do that because the impetus has to come from the candidate. So in other words, if you're interested in becoming a Freemason, you
have to go.
You have to seek them out.
Got it.
The Freemasons have kept these secrets well hidden. They are smart people who don't show off or use their special abilities to get stuff just for themselves. In the world of Freemasons, the top rank you can get is called the 33rd degree. People who reach this rank know a lot of things. Freemasons say they can do a bunch of amazing stuff. They claim they can change how people think without talking, heal people by moving energy, and even make things happen just by wanting them to. Most everyday people didn't know about this special knowledge. That is, until some Freemasons decided it was okay to share these secrets, mostly because they wanted to help people grow and get better. One of these Freemasons is a guy named Manly Palmer Hall. He started learning about all this Freemason stuff in 1954. He spent 19 long years working his way up to that top rank, the 33rd degree. He even wrote a book about it. The book is called The Secret Teachings of All Ages. In this book, he hid these special teachings in a way that if you read it carefully, you could learn how to use your mind to make things happen in the real world. Today, we're going to talk about how this very special 33rd degree knowledge can help Freemasons control the world and get what they want. They think the world is like a fake movie or game that hides what's really going on. This idea isn't new. It's actually an old belief called Gnosticism. Gnosticism is an old belief system that started a long time ago. It says that the world we see isn't the real one. Instead, it was made by a lesser god named Demiurge. According to Gnosticism, the real god is somewhere else, beyond this fake world. This real God is the ultimate truth and is often linked to ideas like light, knowledge, and spiritual freedom. The Matrix movies made by the Wachowskis used some of these Gnostic ideas in their story. In the movies, people don't know they're living in a fake world, just like in Gnosticism. Similarly, some hidden teachings and mystical beliefs say that what we see and know is just a tiny part of what's real. These teachings suggest there's more to reality, hidden truths and other places that you can get to with special spiritual practices or secret knowledge. Freemasonry also likes this idea that the world is like a big trick hiding what's really true. When you join the Freemasons, you move up through levels that help you understand this fake world better. You also learn how to control it using your will and special actions or rituals. According to them, the real truth is beyond what we can see or touch, and only people with special wisdom can understand it. This way of thinking sets up the idea that escaping this fake world is the goal. It also suggests that most people are stuck in a fake world because they don't know any better. The idea is that reality can change and there are different worlds or levels that exist. People who know special things can move to better states of being. The concept of a multiverse, which comes from science ideas like quantum theory, is closely tied to what high-ranking Freemasons believe. At the top level, the 33rd degree, Masons think they can learn the full truth about these other realities and how to move between different possible futures. In simple terms, the idea is that there are many different versions of reality. Each one comes from different choices or outcomes. We, as thinking beings, can move through these different realities to pick the future we want. So reality isn't fixed. We can change it using things like imagining, rituals, special actions, calming our minds, and strong focus. People with this special knowledge think they can jump to the best version of reality, especially when things aren't going so well. The goal is to get back to a future where things are more likely to go your way. The big talk about Freemasons being able to jump between these different realities isn't about physically moving, but about changing your mind and focus. According to these special techniques, our minds are not just in the world we see and touch, but also in spiritual places beyond normal space and time. People use symbols, special words, and strong imagining to help make these changes. People who join the Freemasons are believed to be able to focus their minds in special ways that go beyond normal thinking. They use their imagination to really focus on the different future they want until it feels more real than their current life. This change happens in their mind, not their body. Kind of like changing the channel on a radio to get a different station. They focus really hard on that future they want while letting go of the one they don't. They say they can shift their focus to this new future when they are really in tune with it mentally and spiritually. The idea here is that your mind picks from many different possible futures that all exist at the same time. The change is an inside job. You end up in a different future that was always there, but you didn't physically go to. The Freemasons, the key to picking the best future is a strong will and special knowledge. Freemasons believe that a tiny piece of a higher power lives inside everyone. Their goal is to wake up to this special part inside themselves. You don't need to ask an outside God for help. They say the kingdom of God is already in everyone, just waiting to be found. This inner power is who we really are, deeper than our day-to-day selves. Freemason rituals and lessons aim to help people find and join with this inner special part, blending our everyday selves with this greater spirit. Understanding your inner special power helps you control yourself better, getting rid of false ideas and fears that come from feeling alone and separate. You start to see yourself as the way a greater power experiences the world. When you're in this aware state, what you really want happens easily because it matches what your soul is meant to do. This inner power works with the universe to make what you want happen. What's inside shows up outside. People who go far in Freemasonry understand they have endless creative power and a divine skill to shape the world around them. Knowing you're a channel for this special creativity makes getting what you want a natural act of the higher power working through you. The goal in Freemasonry is to get over inner conflicts and find the complete divine you that's in everyone. We're all said to be different versions of one greater truth. Freemasons try to show that we all share the same spiritual connection, like lamps holding the same unending light inside, which they say is God in everyone and everything. This way of looking at your wants as something holy and as a part of this inner power is a big part of the highest levels of Masonic teachings. From this point of view, what you want isn't just a basic human need, but a strong force linked to this divine part inside you. Because these desires come from a holy place, people believe they have the power to become real. This means that when what do you want matches your bigger life goals and fits with spiritual rules, it's more likely to happen. In the top level Masonic teachings, people are told to think about their wishes in a spiritual way. They learn that their wants are connected to something greater. This helps them tap into the universe's creative power. These teachings stress that your wants should line up with the larger plan of the universe and spiritual rules. When your wants fit with these bigger truths, you work together with the spiritual forces that shape the world. The idea is that wants coming from your inner spiritual part are more likely to match up with the universe's natural flow. This match makes it easier for your wants to become real because they're in tune with the larger forces that shape life. In the mysterious teachings at the highest level of Freemasonry, said to control reality, we find an interesting world of hidden wisdom. These ideas make us question how much we really know and how much people can really do. Whether these ideas are just symbols or deeply true, they show our ongoing search for deeper meaning. They push us to look for hidden parts of life, realize our inner spiritual side, and think deeply about how our wants fit into the bigger picture. These ancient thoughts remind us that the search for knowledge and finding out who we are keeps pushing people to look for a deeper, more meaningful life.